right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Otaku Lounge. We are still here at Anime North Texas. Definitely having a blast here today, seeing all the great cosplay, and we're bringing you some more cosplayers that are going to be here that are as guests. Our next lady, MCubed, in the house.
Hello.
She's giving us some time to interview with us. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, and I know you're losing the
I
voice.
know I'm losing my voice. I do. It's so I do it at like almost every single con. It's because when you're talking to guests like over and over all weekend, and for some reason I just end up losing my voice like every single con, and it's so annoying.
You got to start getting some tea and honey. We got to take care of you.
Right? I woke up and I was like, oh gosh.
So that's what we're doing today? Yeah. Okay. So great. We got you here.
Yes.
I read your post. I
You
read
did.
about you. Yes.
You did.
Yeah, so you got a stalker. You at least know what the stalker looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into this. How did you start with cosplay?
So I was a theater major, and I've been acting since I was about 3, and so I did acting all through my life, and then I went to TCU,
Right.
and I was in the theater department, and I actually had like several majors. Theater was one of them, and I worked in the costume department, and I just loved it a ton. And when I graduated, it's like, okay, well, I don't really necessarily want to starve to death and be a starving artist, so I went like the marketing route, and,
Right.
and so I work in marketing now. But when I found out about cons, like I was always super nerdy, so I was like, okay, this seems like a very good transition into the real world to where I can still dress up all the time. I can still basically do theater, but at cons. So it's kind of how I got into it, and then I went to my very first one, and there was no going back. It was done.
So what was your first one?
My first one was, I think it was either Dallas Fan Days or it was Dallas Sci-Fi Expo, when we used to have Sci-Fi Expo, which was in October. I think it was Sci-Fi Expo. We don't have that one anymore, but I went and I dressed up. I only dressed up, I think, either Friday and Saturday, and I went Sunday not dressed up, and I was like, this is the worst. Like, why don't I have a costume on? Like, I want to be in normal clothes. And so from then on, I just have dressed up every single.
So you're doing something all 3 days here?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we did Sailor Moon, Punk Sailor Moon yesterday, and I'm Dustin today because he's my favorite character. And then tomorrow I'm doing April O'Neil from the original arcade games. Yeah, so with the puffy hair. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So let me ask you this. I know the big one for you, Slave Leia.
Slave Leia.
That's the one everybody hears about or talks
Slave
about.
Leia and Rey, because I do, obviously not right now because I have my cute little wig on, but I look similar to Daisy Ridley. And so when her photo, like her very first photo first came out, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you need to cosplay this, you look just like her. And so then I was like, all right. And I did it, and so now it's fun when I go to cons and like little kids actually think like I am, right? Because I look like her.
Right.
So, but a lot of the fans also like Slave Leia because it's Slave Leia.
It's Slave Leia, yeah. That's very popular.
Yes.
Slave Leia got a lot of guys through puberty.
Yes,
We're just gonna say that.
Everyone's like, oh, that was my first crush, and like all this. It's so funny.
I couldn't be that woman dressed like that. I couldn't be that man dressed like that.
Oh, we definitely have had some guy friends who've done some Slave Leias, and they're hilarious.
Girl, I would look like a can of busted biscuits. I'm telling you right now. It's just everywhere. They'd be like, I don't know if that's Jabba Leia. What is going on with you?
That's hilarious.
Nah, I'm just saying, I'm not going to do that outfit. There's some cosplay I will not do to you, America. So let's talk about your very first costume. Which one?
Slave Leia.
It was it?
Slave Leia.
That was the one that started
I jumped right in with the Slave Leia, yep. It was actually kind of funny. My boyfriend at the time, he was like, okay, so we're going to go to this con, and like we started looking into it, and he was like, if I got you a Slave Leia outfit, like would you wear it? And I was like, yes I will. And so we ended up looking into it and finding, like people like the 501st and the Screen Accurate. And since I enjoy doing Screen Accurate anyways, that's mostly what I do is Screen Accurate cosplays.
Right. And
so since I enjoyed it anyways, we were like, why don't we just get a Screen Accurate one? And that was my very first costume.
Whoa.
So yeah, we got that one, and someone did the resin for me because I live in an apartment and I didn't want it to explode because resin is like super flammable. And poisonous. So I had someone resin cast it for me, and then I put all the material on it and made the shoes and stuff. So yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Girl, see let's talk about this. What is the costume that you made that you knew took the longest amount of time?
Rey.
The Rey?
Only because I started working on it before the movie came out because I knew I wanted it for the premiere. And so I don't know if you remember, they didn't have a lot of information out there about Rey because they wanted her to kind of be a surprise. So there was like 3 photos, and that was it. And I made everything from scratch, including the shoes. I did all the leather work. I made the backpack, all of that from scratch, every single thing, and it took about 3 months. But I had it for the premiere. I was there.
So
I was in the newspaper. It was cool. I had like everyone coming because I had it for the actual premiere of the movie. So
Are you going to wear it again for this next
I'm
film?
actually making the Jedi version for the new movie.
Look, send your boy where you going to watch the movie. I'm taking my stock level to the next level.
I know.
I'm just going to do it.
I also had a gin for Rogue One when it came out.
What?
Yeah. I like to have them at the premieres. I like to be the first one.
Oh. That's why I can never attain to this level. We're just hearing it all then. It was like, this all sounds like work. It's cool, but it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. But I mean, that's the thing about cosplay is it is a lot of work, so you do have to love it. Like, if you don't love it, why are you doing it? Come on.
Yeah, no.
And I mean, I'm not going to put 3 months into making a costume that I'm not going to love. And so cosplay is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, too. So it's addictive.
So what would you tell somebody, young person right now, they're thinking about doing it? What's your first advice to them?
Don't be afraid of trolls. Like, you do what you want to do. You cosplay what character you want to do. You do it the way that you want it to be done. And who cares what everyone else thinks? Like, that's the thing. It's if you're passionate about it and you're confident in your costume, it's going to come across that way. Because, I mean, there are a lot of trolls out there. We all have, like, we all still have trolls, like, seriously. So, you know, just do what you love, and do it the way you want it to. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Great life advice.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. I'm just. This is a therapy session right now.
This is.
Well, and it is. It's true.
Just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't worry about anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to make it screen accurate. You don't have to do it from a particular thing. I was actually at a con, a small con down in Amarillo, up in Amarillo, wherever the heck it is.
Yeah.
Up. And it was like their very first con they'd ever done there. And I was amazed by some of the people coming in for the costume contest. They were all like original designs. Like people were like, oh, I just created this character. And I was like, that's cool. That's, you know.
Yellow City Comic Con.
Yes, I was there. Yeah.
Cameraman is from Amarillo.
Oh, nice.
That's where we met years
Wow,
ago. So
yeah.
that's how
I was there 2
we
years
know
ago.
that.
Yeah.
We will actually, well, we're going back in March.
Okay.
This will be our first time as a press team there.
Nice.
So we're from there, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like all of our friends are
Yeah.
hyped we're coming back. I was like,
But it's funny. I mean, it's cool, and it's really cool to see like the younger generations getting into
Yeah.
it. Like we had several like youth today, like for the costume contest, and they were so adorable. Like, and they made, you know, the thing is, like, we had one girl, and she was like, you know, learning to sew with her mom, and that's what they made is her costume. And I'm like, that's cool, because a lot of people don't know how to sew, or don't, you know, like it's kind of like a lost art, or they don't know how to craft something. So I mean, it's a good way to learn doing cosplay. Right?
you got me inspired because, look, all I can do is sew a button on a shirt, and we're just good to do that without bleeding to
At
death.
least you can do that. I had someone be like, when my buttons fall off, I just throw my shirt away. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you don't even know how to sew a button.
I feel like you just gave me a business idea for guys that just are lost.
You should.
It's Uncle Rod to the rescue with your button relief. I got you.
Button sewer. Official button sewer.
Just hit me up on Craigslist, baby. I got them buttons in all the colors. I would just do that now.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Cool.
It's a lost art.
So what's next for you after this one?
I am going to ShreveCon in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Shreveport, okay.
I'll be going to that in the beginning of December, and then I am going to the Last Jedi premiere, and then we're going to Wizard World, New Orleans, and then I'm also doing North Texas Comic Book Showing in Dallas Comic Show here, but that's next year. So, but those are, I think, the ones I like have officially booked.
Have you guys ever done San Japan or IkiCon?
We did
those?
do San Japan just this year. We both, like I say we, like they can see her over there. So we just did San Japan this year, and it was a fun con. Like, it was huge. It was humongous. But like, it was a really fun con. We had a really good time. We were actually working with a booth there because they didn't have any cosplayers, and I actually think we read in the reviews that a lot of people were like, why do you not have any cosplayers? Like, that's, like, they didn't have any guests. Like, none of us were there.
I know, we noticed that.
Yeah, and it was like the main thing is people were like, because obviously, like, people want to see the celebrities, but a lot of times with us, like with cosplay guests, it's a lot easier for them to talk to us, and you know, like they come just to see like a cosplayer that they like or their new costumes. And so I think probably next year they'll have some, because I did see it was like their main thing.
Anime Austin, we went this past summer, and the cosplayers actually had panels that were intro to sewing.
Yeah,
which
we
was some
just
of
did
the
one, yeah.
most impressive. Like how many people filled those panels.
Yeah, we just did a cosplay 101 yesterday, and we actually have a cosplay Q&A, so like people can ask all the questions tomorrow. And so, you know, people just want to know, and they like to interact. And so we did do San Japan, and we had a really good time. I don't think we're doing IkiCon this year, but maybe next year.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Where can we find you on social media?
So MCubed Cosplay. People call it MCubed or McCubed. It's MCubed, like M to the third power. See it?
All right.
So MCubed Cosplay. I know, right? So MCubed Cosplay is basically my handle on everything.
Okay.
It was funny when I first started doing this. There was all different things, and when I started growing in popularity, I was like, all right, I better change everything to MCubed Cosplays for reasons like this. So I can just say MCubed Cosplay. Look at it.
There we go. Cool. So we got that. We kind of know what the schedule is going to be. What do you guys got planned for today? You're still doing the judging?
We are finally finished with the judging. It was intensive, but we haven't actually picked any winners because it's going to be so hard. There's so much talent here. It's crazy. I wasn't expecting it. So we've already done all the pre-judging, but we are about to go figure it out, and then the costume contest starts at 7, and so we'll be there for that. So, and then we'll be out at our booths the rest of the time.
Okay, and I know that. So you guys see this video, the booths are out back in the marketplace, right? All the cosplayers are set up right there?
Yeah, we're like right past the doors, like when you first get into like the vendor hall.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So that way everybody can come out and see you guys. Just want to know where you are.
Yeah.
I do appreciate you coming on the show
you
and doing
so
this with
much.
us. Good luck with the Star Wars premiere.
Thank you.
I'm going to be praying for you because I know men like me are going to be trying to see you, girl. I'm just saying. I'm just saying now. I'm just going to apologize for who I am. I let my crush know.
You don't need to apologize.
So thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Guys, we're going to keep bringing more cosplay guests here on the show. Thank you so much for doing this. Also, a shout out to Miss Lady D. Rich. I know you out there seeing this, girlfriend. Why? All right. And if you guys want to keep seeing more of this, you know what to do. Click on that little subscribe button. We're going to keep bringing it to you. And also follow us on all of our social media channels at Go Team Lift. Love you. Peace.